Perched high above the Sicilian coast, Erice is a timeless hilltop village where ancient history, cobblestone streets and breathtaking views meet. In this video, I'll explore its charm, medieval architecture and stunning panoramas over Trapani and the sea. Behind me on top of this mountain is the old town of Erice. It's from medieval times. There's quite a lot to see in this town, but you have to go up with the cable car if you don't have a car. So I'll be going up here. I think it's only a 5-minute ride. And then once you get into Erice, you can buy a ticket that covers you for various historical buildings, and that's better value. So that's what I'm going to look at doing. So now I'm on the cable car. So at the bottom I paid, I think it was €11 for a return ticket on this. I also bought, there's a little kiosk down there as well that sells the tickets that I mentioned before to visit the different sites once you get to Erice. There's a €10 and a €15 ticket. So the €15 covers just about everything that's there. So that's the one I bought. Behind me is the gate into the town of Erice. The town was founded around the 5th century BC, but most of the buildings that you'll see today are medieval, so from around the 14th century. Behind me, this tower is called the Torre di Re Federico, which is the Tower of King Frederick. It was built around the 13th century, but as a defence tower, and then it changed use over time to become the bell tower for the church next to it. You can actually climb up the bell tower. I did that last time I was here. The tower is 28 metres tall and you can climb the 108 steps to the top for panoramic views of Erice, the coast and the surrounding landscape. The church was built in the 14th century and it's believed that some of the material used was taken from the ancient temple on the site of the Castle of Venus. Hello. This museum, known as Polo Museale Antonino Cordici, was founded in 1876. It originally displayed early collections of the town, such as artefacts, coins and artworks transferred from religious institutions and private collectors. Over time, its mission expanded to include historic art, ethnographic materials, weapons and contemporary art. And this is a little garden they keep here for the cats. So the cats get food and water left here for them. So I'm here in the garden for the cats. Just up the steps there was a lady there who came out and she was doing something with the cats. So I spoke to her and I asked her about these cats, and she said I probably won't be able to get very close to them because they're not used to people, so they're still a bit wild, I think. But she told me there used to be a vet here in Erice, and now there isn't. So when they need the vet, they have to take them into Trapani, where there are several vet clinics. So if you come and you spot any cats in this garden that don't look very well, I think that's the ladies you speak to. Just a first house here up on these steps. But since I've been here today, they all look pretty healthy so far. So I'd like to adopt them all.
This is the monastery of Santissimo Salvatore. The monastery and its adjoining church was originally a Chiaramonte family palace. Around the end of the 13th century, the palace was donated to the Benedictine nuns who founded the monastery. By the late 16th century, the monastery had grown to house around 50 nuns. These nuns were skilled in textile work and they made religious garments using silk, gold and silver. They also made sweets known as ericini. The monastery's ovens, now in ruins, were used for baking bread for both the nuns and the poor. The monastery was closed in the 19th century.
I'm now in the main square in Erice, and I'm at a restaurant where I ate last time I was here. And I ordered a pizza because last time the pizza I had here was the best pizza I've ever had anywhere in Italy. So let's see if it's still the same today. But this takes a lot to beat because I've been to lots of different places in Italy and tried lots of different pizzas. I worked in Milan for a while, which is where I learned Italian. So I've been everywhere in Italy. This pizza takes a lot to beat, so let's see when it comes.
The Torretta Pepoli is situated just below the castle. It was built in the late 19th century for Count Pepoli to serve as a retreat for his study and meditation, and a meeting place for intellectuals, artists and scholars of the time. Long before the castle existed, the summit of Monte Erice was a sacred site used by the Elymians, one of Sicily's ancient peoples, and a temple dedicated to the goddess of fertility and love stood on this rock from at least the 5th century BC. The temple continued to be used throughout the Greek and the Roman periods. In the 12th century, after many years of abandonment, a fortress was built on the old temple site by the Normans. Over the centuries, the castle's role changed. After serving as a fortress, it was later used as a prison.
So this is the end of my video here in Western Sicily. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, check out the description below. I'll put a link to the video I made on Levanzo Island when I was in this area 2 years ago. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.